law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Another scorcher. It's hot. No doubt. It's your advantage. If you're a Jaguar player, I don't know about being a Jaguar fan. Actually get into that with Jamal Agnew. You're going to hear that in about 15 or so minutes. Of course, Jamal has been on the other side. He's been here as a visitor with Detroit. And, I asked him today, consecutive days indoors, practicing inside the Miller Electric Center, where there is a football field there. There are two outside at the brand-new practice facility for those who were able to get to one of the, 13 or 14 practices that were open for Jaguar fans during the beginning part of training camp, I guess you will. This is actually the final week. This is it. And, preparations are in now for Miami. Doug Peterson is going to play his starters on Saturday night for at least one quarter, maybe two. They could give you an entire half. But I did ask Jamal Agnew about that. Yeah, the heat is big. Conditioning is absolutely a part of this, and it's an advantage that Jacksonville can have over opponents, including Kansas City in week 2, by working in, that type of atmosphere. But do you get more work done inside, where you're not just absolutely pouring out with sweat, and it becomes really uncomfortable? So we'll save that answer for a little bit when I do replay that interview. Again, that's coming up here in just a few moments. Good to have you with us. Another Tuesday night edition. My name is Rick Ballou. We're all over the clock here on 1010 in 92.5 now that high school football has returned. Okay. Tonight till 10. Tomorrow night, 6 to 8. Thursday night, 6 to 8. Fired Up Pizza. Miller Lite is sponsoring a party. I have in my possession 2 tickets for that game, which all of a sudden becomes an important one against Miami, at least for that first half. Then Friday, now that high school football is underway, we're going to go 3 to 6 on the AM only. All right, that is 1010 on the radio dial as well as on the app. We'll do that for the next couple of months during high school football, and then we'll return to our regularly scheduled time, 6 to 8, but that is the way things are going to be here the remainder of this week. I thought it was a good day today for Jacksonville. They got a tremendous amount of work done, and I loved where they had the positional groups inside the Miller Electric Center today. The offensive line was right with us where the media was standing. And I got to tell you something. I've been raving about Phil Rauscher, the offensive line coach, really ever since he got here. That man does not stop coaching. It is just one thing after another. I mean, every single rep, every single player, whether you're talking about Sheriff or Cam, or you're talking about a guy who's at the bottom of the depth chart, trying to earn some stripes, make this team, or if not, at least be placed on the practice squad. And I think that coaching is oftentimes overlooked at the professional level. It seems like the focus goes on the head coach, and the head coach can be a play caller like Doug Peterson. The head coach can be a CEO, kind of like Pete Carroll, who just really kind of, oversees everything. You can be a guy that's involved defensively speaking. Mike Tomlin, certainly Bill Belichick, for years and years and years has been absolutely involved with what New England has done and Pittsburgh has done, respectively, with their defenses. But it seems like the blame goes there, right? And coaching routinely is criticized for in-game decisions when it comes to X's and O's. when it comes to the strategy. Forever, Nate Hackett to me will remain a four-letter word because of his gutless performance in the 2017 AFC Championship game played in January of 2018. An opportunity to chop the head off the snake. And in-game decision-making, conservative style, incredibly predictable. That's where you get the catcalls. That's where you get the armchair quarterbacks from fans and the media alike when they say, this man knows how to coach. This man doesn't know how to coach. So, it comes down to the X's and the O's. It comes down to in-game strategy. I also think the most important part of it, once you get away from what actually does take place each and every Sunday, is how do you manage the team? How do you manage the problems that exist on a day-to-day basis? Can you imagine what these 32 head coaches are dealing with that we never have a clue as to what is going on? Okay? Let's just take, for instance, right now, Mike Vrabel in Nashville. This horrifying story with Caleb Farley, who apparently his house exploded. His father, now reports are saying, was found dead in the debris of this home, which was in North Carolina. A couple of others were injured. I mean, these are paid professionals, and they get paid a lot of money, and they're expected to do incredible things. How do you handle a situation like that? When he walks back into the building, he just lost his dad. We have no idea what really did take place. But what does that do to a football team? How do you hold that together? There's so much about doing the right thing as opposed to doing the wrong thing and getting better with your overall development as a player, whether it's in practice, it's in the classroom, and certainly on game day. But these guys have issues, just like you and I do. They're human beings, and they go through all of this. So I think that's probably the most important part of being a really good coach, is to know how to put these particular scenarios together, how to guide them. Really, the coming out for me with Doug Peterson last year, and I thought it was brilliant. And to this day, I thought it was the greatest thing he has said as the head coach of the Jaguars. It was after the debacle in London. It was the second time during the 2022 season that Trevor Lawrence left points literally on the goal line. Couldn't push it in. Trevor's a much better player now than he was then. But the way that it was described by Doug Peterson, saying outwardly he knows that the fans want it now. He didn't take you down the Nick Foles trials and tribute. He didn't do that. He understood. You guys want it now. But he also said that in a perfect world, man, it takes a little bit of time to understand the system and to move along with it. And he referenced Burrow, and he referenced Hurts, and he referenced it was one other younger quarterback. I actually don't even remember. It might have been Herbert, okay? Guys who have, and Herbert did lose his offensive coordinator and Pep Johnson. There was a firing there. But nonetheless, Herbert, of course, is a year older than Trevor. He was talking about stability and what that means moving forward, and just how important that is for a team, especially a young quarterback. And lo and behold, look what happened during the second half of the season. And right now, you just look at this offense, you feel like everything is put together the way that you would want. I don't remember exactly the words that were used by Doug Peterson, but the way that he spelled it out through the media to you, the Jaguar fans, I thought was his best moment. And it was right then I was like, they got it. They absolutely got the right guy. Remember how he was during that losing streak early on in the season? What were they, 2-6, 2-7? Whatever it was, he didn't show a lot of panic, right? He didn't show that he was frustrated. He's kind of like a trust the process guy. This isn't going to happen overnight. And sure enough, it did happen during the second half of the season. Well, anyway, Phil Rauscher is that good. He really is. And, George Warhop was here today, former offensive line coach with the Jaguars, spent last year in Houston. He was a visitor, but just to listen to Rauscher talk and to teach, and obviously out of respect for the process, I'm not going to repeat anything that he did say verbally, but let me tell you, he was making it known whether you're making $20 million a year or you're making the league minimum, that this is the way that you do it. And you're doing it the right way or you're not doing it the right way. It's great to see that position coaches are really getting after it on this staff. And there's a lot of really good ones on this staff. The Shea Townsend, he has a more glorified title, right? He's the defensive passing game coordinator. But to me, that means everything. So it was neat. We hadn't been able to get that close during the outdoor practices. And when we have, it's usually been with the wide receivers. And I've gushed about Chad Hall. Jacksonville's missed on the last two wide receiver coaches. They have. Sanjay Lau was a joke. Maybe the worst wide receiver coach in the NFL. Chris Jackson a year ago, I don't know much about him personally outside of the fact that he lied. Why would you lie the week of the game and then go take the job that you lied about going off to the University of Texas? I mean, no one cares. You're a wide receiver coach, right? I don't even think, my guess is that 95% of the listening audience had no idea who you were until you lied, and then you left. And it's one thing to lie and then turn around and take the job that you say you're not going to take. Who would have blamed him? He got a promotion. He became the passing game coordinator at Texas under Steve Sarkisian, okay? A great opportunity. You've got Ewers, you've got young Arch coming up. I mean, you got an opportunity to work with some great quarterbacks at that level, an opportunity for his career to escalate. But he lied. Anyway, he's out. The Jaguars also led the NFL in drops last year. All right? They led with wide receivers at 32. As a team, they had 41. I want to say that might have been third in the league. But when you looked at the wide receivers, they were number one. So you look at a guy like Chad Hall, again, what he's doing. And the coaching, very noticeable to the year, are for those who do pay attention. All right, Doug Peterson was really impressed with Walker Little's play inside at left guard. This still, to me, it's a complex issue, but it's one that, as we go by day after day, I'm becoming a little bit more understanding of the plan. There's no chance that Cam Robinson's going to slide inside the left guard. There's no chance that Cam Robinson is going to go to the other side and play right tackle. He works at left tackle, and he works at left tackle exclusively. And, I think it's pretty alarming. He had a really bad game in that outing at Detroit. And it's almost like, come on, Cam. You're selfish enough to get hit with a 4-game suspension. It's going to cost you in the pocketbook to the amount of $888,000 a game. But you're affecting this football team that plans to go deep into the playoffs. And the way that the rules are, you're allowed to practice right now. You're allowed to play in these preseason games. At least go out there and give it an effort, okay? And he was getting pushed back. He was on skates against guys who probably won't even end up making the Detroit Lions. So it's a bad effort, and I hate it. You would think that he would be going overboard right now to do whatever it takes for the sake of the team instead of giving a half-ass effort. And that's exactly what he gave the Jaguars on Saturday. Very disappointing. I'm not a fan anyway. I think he's totally overpaid, and I think he's totally overrated. But have a little bit of self-respect and go out there and play hard for your teammates. And he did not on Saturday. Walker Little did, and he moved inside. And, Doug Peterson had a lot of really promising things to say about Walker Little there. It was his first ever start, and he got the job done. On top of that, Ben Bartch returned today, and I do want to get into this on the other side, talk about the offensive line. And, I think it's a concern certainly here in Jacksonville, both the offensive and the defensive line because of the injuries. Feels like the offensive line now is strictly a depth issue. Outside of Anton Harrison, who worked today, I don't know what to make of Anton Harrison. I'm told he's in tremendous pain or that he's injured, yet he goes out there and he practices. I couldn't identify, excuse me, what he was wearing today on the right shoulder, on the right arm, because he was wearing indoors now. He was wearing a long black T-shirt, undershirt, under his pads. And I noticed one particular pad-like device that looked like it was taped. But I have no idea if he's wearing a harness. I have no idea what he's doing. I know Jeff Loggeman was talking about something that he was wearing a week ago in Detroit. I would be under the assumption that he would continue to wear something like that, but I wasn't able to see it today, again, because of the long T-shirt that he did have on, yet the kid's showing some guts. I mean, this is going to be a problem the entire year for him because it's going to be testing that shoulder. Not only pain tolerance, but just flat out, are you able to do your job to the best of the ability, or does this become a liability? We don't know. So I think you can make the case that in week 5, betting right now, I would say Walker Little is your left guard in week 5, and that would be my highest percentage. Number 2 for me right now would be right tackle for the reason that I just gave you. We don't know if Anton Harrison is going to be able to hold up. He's already had these issues this early in camp. Number 3, I would say left tackle, but I'm pretty much under the belief that when Cam Robinson returns, he's going to left tackle, and he is going to left tackle only. All right, if you want to jump in on that, you can. Always the best way to say hello to us here on the program is on the text line. That is 641-1010, and it is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. JJ LaSelva, a long Tuesday from him. How are you holding up?
Oh, I'm a soldier, bro. I'm just battling through it. No, I'm good.
Got a little cough today. Maybe it's because I was used to 100-degree weather and I went inside that Miller Electric Center where it was 72 degrees. Maybe that did it to me.
The air conditioning does that. Sometimes in hotels, people get sick like that.
Yeah, why is it in a hotel, I always crank it to like 65, 66. It's great, man. You get under the sheets or whatever, man.
It's not your electricity. I'll just leave the shower running all night.
Oh, will you really?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if it's that, but there's something about being in that. Maybe it's just because it's just one room. And, instead of getting the whole house or the whole apartment chilled, when you do that. Plus, I know why as well, because there's no one else there. There's no one else around that can complain. It's just you.
I despise the cold hotel room. Walked in one the other day, 65 degrees. Why?
Yeah. Great to sleep in. Great sleeping weather. Don't you sleep better cold?
Yes, but not freezing. Yeah. Then I can't sleep at all. And then you have the hotel bed, and, they stuff the sheet at the end of the bed in the hotel, and your feet are all stuffed in there. I can't stand it.
That doesn't work. I don't care what the temperature is, man. My toes are always sticking out.
Always.
And I don't go with any of that socks or any of that crap.
No.
I mean, that's just bottom line. My feet need to breathe.
Same.
And I think that is I almost feel bad for babies when you put them in those little jumpers and they don't have the ability to say, get me out of this thing. I want my toes to breathe. They're whining, they're spitting up, and they're fussy. And you're trying to figure everything that's going on. You're like, let's add another layer. Let's put
Swaddle them.
Yeah. I mean, they should make those jumpers but have the toes pop out. Maybe
That's
we can
actually, they could make millions.
Just think about it right there. This show, we should have a Tuesday night edition of
Shark Tank
entrepreneurs out there sharing with us ideas. If it's a really good idea, what we'll do is we'll hang up on them, steal it, go out and make some money. If it's a really bad idea, we'll just say, you know what? It's not going to work. Don't waste your time. What do you think?
I'm down for that.
All right. We're just underway.
Ballou Tank.
Yes. On a Tuesday edition. It's great to have you with us. He's JJ LaSalva. My name is Rick Ballou. We call it Into the Night.
Cool, calm, and collected. Wait, I thought this was supposed to be about Mike Dempsey.
Let's not get hysterical here, okay?
Mike Dempsey, 10 to noon.
Don't you ever pull anything like that again.
On 1010XL.
Folks, it's finally here. The return of the Blue Crab Crab House. After a massive fire, they return and they're open Tuesday through Saturday, 4:30 to 10, Sunday noon to 9. As always, each and every Tuesday, $2 margaritas, $1 oysters on Wednesday. And as expected, the best crabs that you'll find throughout Jacksonville. Same ownership, same management. The Blue Crab Crab House off of San Jose on Jillington Creek Road.
The First Coast has voted. Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is proud to be chosen as Bold City's best in the orthopedic practice and physical therapy and rehab centers categories once again. For the last 29 years, JOI has continually strived for the highest level of orthopedic surgery and rehab care. As the needs of the community evolve, so will they. That's why coaches, parents, and athletes choose JOI. Call them at JOI 2000 or visit JOI.net. JOI, where the pros go.
If your lawn is not as green as you'd like, it's time to go orange by calling Orange Environmental Services, Jacksonville's highest quality pest control for over 45 years. Frank Frangie here. I've trusted Orange Environmental to take care of our home's pest control needs for years. With the Orange Shield Protection Plan for your home or office, you can relax knowing Orange Environmental will handle pest control, termite control, and mosquito control. Orange Environmental has been giving Northeast Florida peace of mind from bug problems since 1972. Call them today at 272-3284.
Hey, Matt Hayes here. Expert Automotive is now open at our brand new state-of-the-art facility on St. John's Bluff Road. As always, every repair comes with a lifetime service repair warranty. Come celebrate our grand reopening by getting a free AC inspection, $50 off any repair, $199 brake specials, and free diagnostics all month long. Call 374-3373 or visit us at our new location at 2190 St. John's Bluff Road. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
A judge has a gavel, I've got a hammer. I'm Hayes Carlion. It's Hammer Time with Hayes, weekdays on The Frangie Show on 1010XL. Brought to you by Golden Hammer Roofing and Gutters, the golden standard in roofing.
Men, if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction or PE, the medical providers at Prime Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most advanced treatments to eliminate ED and PE. 98% of men experience instant results on their first office visit. They're even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
Don't just take our word for it. Call Prime Men's Medical Center now for our limited time offer. Your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
When it's the hottest day of the summer. But it's the hottest day of the summer. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you drowning in credit card debt? Want to get cash out of your home's equity? Loan Pronto can now do it in less than a week. Hey, it's Prosser here, and that's right. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit just got even faster. You can get $50,000, $100,000, or even $200,000 in as little as 5 days. And you don't even have to touch your primary mortgage, so you can keep that 3% rate intact. Just get the money you need and pay off all those credit cards, or get that home improvement project started. With this revolutionary program, you can access up to 90% of your home's value, and in most cases, there's no appraisal. Stop paying insane interest rates to the credit card companies and get tens or even hundreds of thousands in cash in as little as 5 days. Call Loan Pronto now for the even faster Equity Express line. 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
Your AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Stay hydrated, ladies. It is hot out there. Hot at night as well. Add a little water with your vodka as you're making the stroll. Went by there today. What a disaster, too. I'm coming down Bay, getting ready to take the left. Go over the Main Street Bridge right around 4 o'clock. And the bridge is up. Yeah, it's a nuisance. It's an aggravation. I get it. Nothing you can do about it. But this thing stays up and up and up and up. And I'm like, my goodness, what's going on? Do we have a jumper? We ship after ship after ship coming through. I mean, this is something. Yeah, I've been in my beautiful Key GMC Sierra now for like 30 minutes. Finally, we move. I happen to look out, corner of my eye, and see like 6 hard-headed guys, hard hats on, outside, braving it in the temp. And they're just walking down the bridge. So I'm like, was there a technical difficulty? And a technical difficulty, it's one thing to have a technical difficulty with your television set. It's another thing to have a technical difficulty on a bridge, okay? That's pretty important. So I'm not one here to rip anyone for doing their job, and I'll never tell them how to do their job, although many people love to tell me how to do my job. I'm just wondering, were they testing something? If you're going to test something, my advice would be to not do it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You should find a better time, like perhaps
4
right now.
a.m.,
Yeah,
you know?
like right now. Yeah, but
I like that your first instinct was a jumper, as if like raising the bridge up would have stopped him.
Yeah, as a matter of
They
fact,
usually jump over the bridge, over the edge.
I think the Main Street Bridge, I think if you were to jump there, you'd be fine. I believe that. Now the current, the St. John's heading into the ocean, that current is a lot more lively in that brackish water than I think a lot of people are aware of. I used to walk under there all the time. I haven't really done it this year, but Jaguars used to practice consistently during training camp, during the morning and after interviews. I kind of go to the other side there and walk from like where the landing used to be all the way to the Full of Warren, which is really a nice walk. It is, and you see a lot of dolphins and stuff in there, many more than I thought I would ever see.
I think it's 35 feet.
Okay, so depending on how you hit the water.
I was about to say, if you break something and you're drowning, your neck's broken or whatever.
Because you could jump off. If you like goofing with your friends and you did it in
went,
that
like,
way.
Legs
right.
first, like straight down, you'd be all right.
Mm-hmm.
But 35, yeah, it's questionable. You'd have to know what you're doing, or if you dive correctly head first, you're gonna be all right.
Right. Have you ever seen the movie The Bridge?
No.
The documentary from the Golden Gate Bridge?
Oh, my God. Yes, I have. I've seen it on YouTube where there was people who set up cameras on the Golden Gate Bridge, and they lied. They said it was for traffic purposes. They were filming and recording traffic patterns or whatever. That was BS. They set up the cameras over all these years to just document people committing suicide.
It's awful.
It's scary.
But you
it's
can't
very
turn
creepy.
from it.
No, and there's also countless people who go to the edge and then come back. Like, they get really close to doing it and then they don't. I just have never been close to that mindset, so I can't really, I don't know, put myself out there. But, man,
it was
suicide
scary.
is just something that takes so many men every year.
Right. It's really scary, but it's a very intriguing documentary.
Oh, yeah.
It's not one that I feel
The
you can
faint of
pull away
heart,
from.
no. Also, it probably wouldn't be my way to go.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you there, and I
a lot of thinking time on the way down.
Usually, I'm like, listen, anything's good, but I don't think going through the ways to do it is recommended by anyone at any time.
No.
You got to catch my drift. But I think there'd be some sort of a peaceful, easy feeling going that way.
No way.
yes.
I couldn't agree.
Got
I
a
couldn't disagree more.
peaceful, easy.
You're probably regretting it the entire way.
But not the Main Street Bridge, man, with that brackish water.
Well, you don't have enough time. It's 35 feet.
I got some people here calling me out for the way I said brackish. Should I say it?
Brackish?
You know, the combination of
ocean and
and fresh. People say it. I got some people here saying brackish. Ballou, what is brackish? I thought I said brackish. Did I get it wrong? If I did get it wrong, it's not because I'm stupid. It's because I have a Boston accent. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. So anyway, I'd kind of like to find out, were they just doing normal maintenance with the bridge, or was there an issue where they had to go up there and actually do their job?
You also want to be told. Like, when you're sitting in traffic for an hour, you want someone to, like, walk up to your window as you're leaving the traffic area and just be like, hey, sorry, that was because of this and that. But a lot of times, like, the ambulance or whatever is already gone by the time you get up there, so you're just like, I don't even know what the heck happened.
I know, it's eerie, too, because you, like, want some sort of
You
semblance.
want closure.
You want to know what happened. Why is this traffic jam actually taking place? You know, whether an idiot ran out of gas or if it was something far more significant. You just don't want to be told, oh, no, things are just backed up because they're backed up.
Yeah.
You need some sort of, like, explanation as to exactly why this is happening.
Yes.
Yeah. I was getting nervous, though.
Stuck on a bridge is weird.
I was. Let me tell you the worst experience of my life. One way into the Keys, one way out. There was a major accident. This is probably 8-9 years ago. And there was a lot of construction going on, thankfully, because there were some porta toilets there. But I was there with my GF and my two daughters.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yep. I mean, we were stuck there for probably 2 hours, and there was nowhere to move.
And there's no, like, woods to run off
to. I mean, you know what it's like in the Keys. You got your only option is to run down and jump in the water. That's all you got.
Yeah.
And, you know, but that's really a bad deal. I mean, if you have to go like that and you're caught in some of these situations.
Dude, I've been there. I was there in Puerto Rico in a rental car in traffic thinking that I'm just going to pee my pants right here in front of my fiance. Like, I couldn't find a bottle. And we couldn't, and it was like on the interstate. I couldn't even like go in any woods. I made it to the next exit and just went in on the side of a fence in some neighborhood in San Juan. So they'll remember me forever.
Well, and in that situation, there's literally nothing better ever in life
feeling.
When it's that bad. All right, enough of this. And even though I'm getting a ton of response on this, some of them I don't understand. Are we going to get your take on Swamp Kings? What's Swamp Kings?
It's the new Florida Gator documentary about the Urban Meyer-led Florida Gators.
Is it the same 30 for 30 Netflix
yes,
Johnny
exactly.
Manziel last week?
I believe. I don't know if it's related in any way. I think it's separate.
Okay, I need
There's
to watch
like a 3 or 4 part episode. Oh, I can't wait. It came out today.
Okay, I'm going to watch it. I did watch the Johnny Manziel one. And what I admired about the Johnny Manziel one is that he told the truth. Okay? You know, usually it's his way, it's the other way, and then the truth is typically somewhere in the middle. Johnny Manziel admitted to everything during this documentary. He was suicidal himself, for crying out loud. He's been classified as bipolar. I thought it was, I'll never forget being in Hoover, Alabama during those SEC media days when he came through. And I've never seen anything like it. I mean,
Rockstar.
You got to listen. In Hoover, Alabama, I've seen it. Every year when Nick Saban would come, you would have these freaks from Alabama that would like come out of the hills and come out of the trailers, and they'd take their trailer right there to the Winfrey Hotel and park it, and it would be their winter vacation by going in and being able to see Nick Saban. And it was just, it was the lowest common denominator as far as a human being. But they loved their coach, and they loved Nick Saban, and they were going to be there, and they were going to represent. And whenever Alabama had a really good player or whatever, it would be kind of the same deal. I saw it with Tebow. Nothing was close to Johnny Manziel, because that was right during when he was spotted in Vegas, and that whole autograph thing was being mentioned as to whether or not he was selling autographs for money, which obviously they did come right out and say that was officially the case in the documentary. So yes, that was a really good one.
So they made up the fact that his parents were wealthy to cover up the fact that he was making a bunch of money on autographs.
Exactly.
Genius. Also, I saw a lot of clips online. I didn't watch it, but the watching zero film.
Oh yeah,
is also just complete laziness. I love that. I heard an interview with Merrill Hodge. He used to be on ESPN, and he was like, "Yeah, we interviewed Manziel right before the draft." And I asked him about his redshirt season, and I said, "So what did you learn that year?" And he goes, "Nothing. I didn't even play." And he was just like, okay, right away I was like, this guy's not going to make it in the league. He learned nothing.
Hey, Nathan Rourke was making some plays in that first preseason game, and it was right after I saw the Johnny Manziel documentary. I'm like, this is a taller Johnny Manziel. Look at Nathan Rourke. So, yeah, it was certainly a
he was drinking a beer during the doc. Right?
Maybe.
Or did someone make that up and lie to me?
Maybe. Really I've read it a couple of different places. You know who got hurt in this documentary? Cliff Kingsbury. Because Cliff Kingsbury was the offensive coordinator while all of this was going on, and 2 or 3 times he was basically like, let Johnny be Johnny. I couldn't coach him. I couldn't do anything with him. He showed up the next day smelling like a bar, and the only thing I said...
Kingsbury said that.
Yeah, the only thing and I'm paraphrasing, the only thing I'm going to say here to you, Johnny, is you better play well today, right? And it's like, hey, Cliff, and I know you're at, what is he, at USC now, I believe?
Is he?
Is he the passing, is he the quarterback coach, or I think he's got a glorified title at USC. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that's the assistant. He just says assistant coach
at USC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but he's got the look. He's got the pedigree. Okay, he struggled a little bit in Arizona. He got fired at Texas Tech. But you know how they rehash these coaches. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury is going to be a head coach again. I doubt he'll be in the NFL, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if he gets offered, a nice college job.
Like a
here down the road
State or something?
Yeah, absolutely. But for him to come out and make those comments, I didn't even really think about it when I was watching the documentary. And again, it's one of those deals. They could have sat down with Cliff Kingsbury for 1 hour and they just pulled that clip. That's what's scary about things like this. But anyway, I read a couple of different places where he was taking some heat for the way that he handled it.
What are you supposed to do? I mean, you have this kid who is just a phenom who is literally destroying defenses in the SEC, running around, making plays, winning the Heisman. Like, are you supposed to bench him because he's out boozing the night before?
Yeah.
No coach is going to do that. No.
You would think they would have thought better of themselves for their team, but that's gone on forever. Mm-hmm. Our boy Leon can tell some pretty good stories.
Oh, my God.
Not about him, but about some former teammates that he played with, particularly on Saturday, not necessarily on Sunday. So, yeah, we're aware of that. And you can go back to the Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Billy Martin, the whole way through. I mean, it's happened forever. Then all of a sudden it brings up the other question, how much better would those men have been if they laid off the booze or at least lessened the booze? So, yeah, I'll look for this. I thought you were going to ask me here to 3139 to get my take on Swamp People.
That
I would have had for you.
It's a little bit.
It's a big one.
It's a gator, a little bit.
It's a big one.
That show was awesome.
The one guy goes, it's a big one, and then he's always like, shoot him.
Shoot him a little bit. Shoot him a little bit.
I haven't seen that in a couple of years.
No.
Is that still on?
I hope he hasn't passed.
No.
I'm not sure.
I loved it because he always got dressed up. He had a collared shirt on.
He did the same one, though, every
like a purple
episode.
That is entertaining.
With no teeth. God, I love that guy.
All right, as promised, Jamal Agnew. Talked with him before practice today. Or after practice today. We will play the interview with Jamal Agnew right after this on your home of the Jags.
Because life without sports is missing The Jaguars and the Gators and the Knowles and the Dogs and thank goodness there's sports and 1010XL.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
If you're looking for exterior solutions that provide you reliability and durability, it's time to call Armor Guard Exteriors. Whether you need seamless gutters or gutter protection, hurricane products, impact windows, glass lanais, or retractable awnings and screens, we've got you covered. Call My Home Team today for your 5-star experience at 904-906-8669.
Armor Guard Exteriors, committed to quality, and that's a promise.
We've all seen great overtime games and thrilling finishes, but when it comes to having a big time, knowing when to say when is key. Budweiser reminds you to win the day and night by designating a driver. That's a victory every time.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the Southeast to offer multi-unit hair grafting and the 45-minute PRP treatments. Grow your hair back. Call now for a free in-person evaluation. 904-777-IHRS, 904-777-4477, or visit hairforme.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 22nd, 1959, Reds future Baseball Hall of Famer Frank Robinson hits 3 consecutive home runs in an 11-4 win over St. Louis.
It doesn't get any better than live country music. Enjoy Daryl Ray at Players Grill Miramar this Friday at 7 p.m. with discount cocktails while the local star rocks out. Players Grill Miramar, where the neighborhood meets.
This is my bar.
E.T. here for the Aesthetic Center. Come on, guys. It's time to shed that dad bod and score sculpted abs in just 4 easy treatments of the M-Sculpt Neo with Dr. Rappaport. Each treatment is equal to 20,000 crunches. No downtime, and it's not invasive. No more hiding under them baggy shirts. Get ready to show off your six-pack like your boy on game day. Call 808-2455 to get started. That's 808-2455. Or book an appointment online at jacksaestheticcenter.com.
It's not too early to look for the 2024 Women of Influence nominees. Nominations for the Business Journal's Women of Influence are now open. Nominate your colleagues. A woman of influence is someone who inspires others, works every day to create a better work environment, and is making waves in their industry. A Woman of Influence honoree is a go-getter and continues to do work outside of her industry to help the community grow. If you are someone who does this or know someone who should be nominated, nominate them today at jbjevents.com.
Keeping your body healthy and active leads to a more vibrant life. A great place to do that is the First Coast YMCA. The Y is equipped with state-of-the-art cardio and strength equipment, plus group exercise studios where trainers host activities like yoga, Zumba, and cycling sessions. The full-court basketball gym and indoor 5-lane swimming pool are open year-round. The Kid Zone can keep an eye on your kids while you work on that dad bod. And it's all available with your family membership. Learn more at fcymca.org.
It's your go-to for golf talk. The Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
All we need to do is develop the rest of your game. Then you'll be unstoppable, son.
Get local updates, gear reviews, and all things golf talk. Saturday mornings at 10 on 1010XL.
We've been telling you for almost a year about Nathan's Family Chiropractic and the 100-Year Lifestyle Network. If chronic back or joint pain is keeping you down, don't listen to me. Listen to what Jacksonville is saying about Dr. Alan Nathans.
The stem cell treatment took the pain away.
Changed my life. It's awesome.
Your body just works better when it's aligned. We're believers.
His no-needle regenerative protocols are giving people their lives back. Get yours back, too. Go to the pro in the know. Don't do another cortisone injection. He's one of us, helping all of us for the past 25 years. For more info, drnathans.com.
Denny Thompson here. Are you a home builder looking for a reliable low-voltage partner? Look no further than Tyson Sound and Security. They've been working hard with large and small builders for 15 years. Here's why they are the top choice. They will enhance your home buyer's home experience by offering custom home design appointments and your budget stays intact while they deliver top quality services. Builders, send your plans over today to bid. Tyson Sound and Security, security and home automation experts.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
Welcome to the Swamp.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, this is Swamp People, right? Good. I'll allow that.
This is the intro. They're showing Liz.
So
Bruce, Jacob.
How about the father-son combo with the guy with that
Junior?
one strudely long piece of hair? He's like 5'8", and his hair is like 6 foot. I mean, his hair is actually, if you measured it from the top of his head, it would go farther than his feet. I think he's 5'8", and the hair is like 6 foot.
I do have some live action audio from, this is Troy, our favorite. And
Hurry! Shoot him! Shoot him!
Shoot him a little bit. Put it a little bit. Oh! Shoot! The first shot misses. Shoot him a little bit. Shoot him a little bit. Shoot him again. Another miss. Out of your feet.
He sucks.
Shoot him where it counts. The gator begins to roll, and Troy's losing his grip. Shoot him again. Hurry up.
Troy!
Shoot!
Nice.
God, man, that's Emmy. That's Emmy type of stuff.
Yeah.
The graphics, be able to be there and film it, taking on the elements, snakes, birds.
That is a good point. They had to have a
Crocs.
cameraman in the boat the whole time.
Right. Meanwhile, over in Boomwa, what would they always say? Meanwhile, over in Boomwa Bayou, George and his wife have been hunting the old granddad crocodile that somehow made its way here from South Africa to the bayou, and they've been hunting him for 6 straight days. They haven't had any water. It's a big one. Shoot. Remember the kid is like all fired up, and the grandmother's like, you shouldn't be taking the kid out on the boat with you.
I know.
And the kid, he can't even talk. He'll be like, Be like, how? Mom.
Inbred.
Yeah. But, I mean, his dream is to be like his granddad, to hunt
Gator.
the big gator in the bayou. Love that stuff.
This country is amazing and vast, and so many different people, man. God bless it.
I think Swamp Kings is probably my number one. The Deadliest Catch stuff was
Swamp
good.
People, of course.
Yeah, Swamp People. Did you ever see Rattlesnake Wranglers?
No, I've seen Deadliest Catch, the Alaskan people in the boat, but no.
Rattlesnake Wranglers. This guy would get in a sleeping bag with 100 rattlesnakes.
What?
Yeah. And he'd get out of it with tips. He'd make like $17. I mean, it's
like
a great.
At where?
They'd be somewhere in Texas.
Like at a circuit or like at a fair?
It was like a
or
rattlesnake.
something?
It was like a rattlesnake convention. And
he's like, "How much to pay me to
yeah,
get
he
in
goes,
bed
well,
with
I
all
got
these?"
a sleeping bag here with 100 rattlesnakes. They pass the hat around. He's got like 17. I'm in. Guy dives in.
That's all it takes.
Right? And some people are like, this is fixed. They really pulled the venom from all these
Oh, my
rattlesnakes.
God.
These are. I'm like, I don't care if they pulled the venom or not. Who the heck's going to get in a sleeping bag with 100 rattlesnakes?
You're still getting bit.
So that was a pretty good one. The Snake Hunters was good. That was based out of the Everglades and some other places. I'm trying to think what else.
What about Dance Moms?
Never saw Dance Moms.
Neither have I, but I've seen multiple clips. And, wow, pretty much the antithesis of Swamp People, but both Americans.
Oh, is that my child is better looking than your
Yes,
child, and my
it's like-
child should be out in front of everyone else?
And there's like a fat lady coach who just yells at everyone. And I just saw a clip the other day. Where's the girl with the bad haircut? And they bring her forward, and she's yelling at the mom like, "You're costing your girl money," and all this. Fabulous.
Bunch of Karens for moms.
Oh my God, yes.
That might actually be entertaining.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah. Let's get to Jamal Agnew. Let's do that. Caught up with him. Today was the second day this week that the Jaguars had practiced indoors at the Miller Electric Center, and I had a chance to catch up with wide receiver and returner Jamal Agnew. Day 2 in a row here inside the Miller Electric Center. This place is nice, huh?
This place is unbelievable. Literally best of the best. So I think Doug said it day 1 of training camp. We got the best facility in the NFL, and that's an understatement.
Being the best possible condition you can, practicing outside, we hear about that all the time, but do you feel like you can get more work done, more game planning done inside in an atmosphere like this?
I feel like we get the same amount of work indoors or outdoors.
Yeah.
Obviously we got the advantage to escape the heat a little bit, but I don't mind sweating a little bit. It's going to be hot on game days here at 1 o'clock in the bank, so we got to get used to it anyway. I feel like we are used to it. I feel like that's an advantage for us, for teams coming to Jacksonville. They don't know what to expect with that community. I remember when I was in Detroit, we came and played here, and we were dying on the sideline. We had the equipment guys holding up the shade. But it's just an added element. I feel like that we can play to our advantage.
Yeah, on that other side of the end zone is much different than the home side as well.
Oh yeah, that other side is cooking. I've been on both sides, so.
You feeling okay? I know you went off for a couple of minutes. Everything all right?
Yeah, no, I'm all good. A little friendly fire. Ran into a tank, so. It hurt a little bit.
Yeah, he's put together, huh?
No, he's every bit of a tank. So.
Yeah. What have you seen in him? What have you seen in some of these young guys? The competition, all along with those skill position guys, whether it's wide receivers or even the third and fourth running backs, pretty impressive.
I just feel like from OTAs until now, just all the young guys, running back room, receiver room, especially, to just continue to get better. You see just like Elijah, Ollie, Parker, even like Kevin, Tim, like they've all just been getting better and better every week. It's honestly cool to see, just because like bringing somebody like Calvin here and then having guys like Kirk already established here, Zay and myself, they've just been able to learn and pick up things from these guys, and just to see them like apply it to their games and then see them do it on Sundays or Saturdays, whatever days we play in the preseason right now. It's been really cool to see.
What's this experience been like for you? When you got here, everything with Urban Meyer, all the bad, then really starting all over again from scratch and being able to turn around in such a short period of time. And now the expectations are really off the chart for this football team.
Yeah, obviously we had that year of 21, which no one really speaks about here anymore. But it's a lot of good people from the organization still who were around at that time. It's just the culture has just changed 360, and it's a winning culture here. Everybody's happy to come to work. Everybody's ready to get better, to push each other. I think that's what we, do the best of right now is we want to see each other shine. It's no envy. It's no hating. It's just like I want to see Kirk go for another 1,000. I want to see Rig go for 1,500. Like we all just want to see each other excel, and that's not just the receiver room. It goes throughout the whole team, like offense to defense, defense to offense. Like we just want to see each other shine.
Yeah, and that's believable. From the outside looking in, it really feels that way as a group. You guys do pull for one another.
Yeah.
Final question for you, Jamal. As far as the install, where is this team? And with the same system coming back and with Trevor coming back, where is it now? And where do you see it going as far as evolving as a complete NFL offense?
We all know the system now, and there's just wrinkles. We're not doing anything new. It's just we can just add little wrinkles here and there, put guys in different spots. The good thing about our tight end room and our receiver room is everybody's versatile as heck. You can move guys in different spots, different formations all over the field. One game you might see somebody running this route, and the next game you might see somebody else running that same route, just out of a different look. So Press and Doug and Nick, they got a lot to work with. So it's just excited. We're all excited to get to work, just watch each other shine, like I said.
Appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rick.
Jamal Agnew, good stuff. I really like the young man, and he's a guy that he needs more touches. He honestly does, and I know that is so hard to say based on the fact that when you look at the Jaguars, and for the first time in franchise history, the comment there are not enough balls to go around is actually valid. And, for the most part last year, there were 4 guys, right? You went to Kirk, you went to Zay, you went to Marvin Jones Jr., and you went to Evan Ingram. Well, obviously Wrigley's going to steal a lot of those balls. I happen to think Travis Etienne's going to catch many more balls. He only caught 35 a year ago. Tank Bigsby is going to be involved in all of this. Last year, Jamal Agnew in 15 games, 30 targets. He had 23 receptions for 187 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also only ran the ball 12 times last year. 12 carries in 15 games. So what? That's 12, 23? That's, 35 touches. I'd like more, but as I just said, how is this football team going to be able to put all this together? The Jaguars last year threw on first down 12.5 times a game. That was 9th in the NFL. If you don't understand what I'm trying to say, 1st and 10. Whether it's to start a drive after your defense forces a punt or allows points, allows a field goal, allows a touchdown, whether it's when you get it on a change of possession or you pick up a first down. I mean, it could be a first down. You can complete a 22-yard pass. It's what? It's first down again. Last year, 12.5 times on first down, they passed the football. This team remained a 60-40 pass-to-run team. 59.4% of last year's time, they passed the football. A lot of that was because of what? They were trailing. They were slow to get started. They were trailing in the second half. Even when they went on that great run at the end of the year, we talk about it all the time. 4 of those come from behind victories. In the second half, they were trailing their opponent by double digits or more. So you're going to have to pass it more than you run it. But 59.4 as far as the pass, 40.6 as far as the run. I actually think that's going to level out a little bit. Yeah, my guess this year is, can you get it to a 55-45, still favoring the pass, or a 54-46? Time will tell. If you get leads, you can run more in the second half. When you're trailing, you're obviously going to pass more. And Jacksonville, again, did so much of that a year ago. But I also believe the strategy of Doug Peterson is still going to absolutely be pass first, run second. So for those who crunch numbers like I do, I think that's a fascinating way to look at it. And, I've spent I always do. I spend a lot of time in the numbers because I'm very interested in that side of things football-wise. But it's pretty incredible how the math has grown sport through sport. And I know for the life of me, the first 25, I'm doing this for 31 years, the first 25 or so years, you can go back and listen to every tape, I guarantee you I never talked about the pass-to-run ratio on first down, right? But I talk about it in baseball, starting with a strike, starting with a ball, but I don't ever remember doing that football-wise, whether it's college or pro. What does your team do on first down? And, again, Jacksonville last year, really heavy when it came to passing it on first down. All right, thoughts on that? You can join us, 641-1010 on our text line. That is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Got a lot of good stuff to do here in hour number 2. Some stuff on the Jags, some stuff on golf. some stuff on college football. As always, if you want to jump on in, the best way to do it is on our text line. That is 641-1010, and it's brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Hello! Social and not distant.
Do I know you guys?
Find us on social media by searching for 1010XL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
When it's hot and you know it, clap your hands. When it's hot and you know it, clap your hands. When it's hot and you know it, and your sweat stains really show it. When it's hot and you know it, call the Duck.
AC broken at your home or business? Stop clapping your hands, pick up the phone, and call Duck Air Conditioning, the mechanical contractor pros when it comes to getting your AC unit working again. 904-862-6769. That's 904-862-6769. Duck Air Conditioning, a division of Duck Rooter.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
At ABBQ, they are turning up the heat on game day with a spread that'll make your taste buds do a victory dance. Football and barbecue always play together. I'm talking mouth-watering wings, juicy burgers, and tantalizing appetizers that'll keep your hunger in check as you cheer for your team. Come for the food and football, and stay for the teal-colored Jell-O shots. Your destination for a mouth-watering barbecue and an unforgettable game day. ABBQ. Meet and drink with us.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools, one bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Men suffering from ED or PE, you'll see instant results on your first visit at Prime Men's Medical Center. For a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are totally free. You'll even get a gift that enhances performance in the bedroom. Call 904-664-8217.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL FM, Jacksonville Beach.
Are you an experienced automotive technician and tired of working for employers who put profit over people? Then come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road and get trained on how to diagnose and rebuild today's complex transmissions. See how we're different. Get traction on your career and come to Action.
Equal opportunity employer.
People who suffer from arthritis are getting real pain relief with exciting biologic therapies at QC Kinetics.
The success rate is there, and there's no better way to treat yourself when it comes to dealing with pain.
Meet Tyler Vale, co-founder of QC Kinetics, who says they can't cure arthritis, but they can treat the pain.
If you think of the tide coming in and out on the beach and what it does, it erodes the sand, right? Can't stop the tide, but eventually when the sand or the beach gets bad enough, we backfill that beach with sand so that we get generations of enjoyment with that beach again. And the same thing happens with your knee or your shoulder or your hip or your back. We want to backfill the problems that have happened to this point. I'm not stopping the tide, so I'm not stopping the arthritis, but I want to get generations of enjoyment out of those joints again.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Learn more about how restorative biologic therapies can get you real and lasting joint pain relief.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Hey everybody, August is here, and you know what that means. It's the official start of Fantasy Football Drafting Month. This is Mike Dempsey, inviting you to get championship ready for your home league by trying out best ball leagues on Underdog Fantasy. All you do is one live snake draft with no waivers and no trades, and Underdog will set your best lineup every single week. Try it out with Underdog's Best Ball Mania Tournament. The largest fantasy football contest of all time is back and even bigger, with $15 million of total prizes up for grabs including an absurd $3 million going to the winner. Last year, the winner drafted their team in July, so don't wait around. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. Sign up with promo code 1010XL to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code 1010XL. You must be 18 or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Yeah, Rick Ballou here, chiming in from the 1010XL helicopter. Looks like we got a jumper over the Main Street Bridge. Traffic has been held up for more than oh no, actually it's not a jumper. Just 6 or 7 different knuckleheads figured they'd just test the bridge, see if it worked, right in the middle of gridlock. 4 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. Today's to-do list.
City planning.
Let's screw up the entire city. We'll check the Main Street Bridge at 4 p.m. I'm just kidding. I'm sure it was a very, very severe situation, and you're keeping us safe. And that's the most important thing. So, thank you for that. The book is out. The Billy Walters book is out. And he did say today that there's 28 chapters. There's only 2 in it that actually do involve Phil Mickelson. If you don't know what Billy Walters is, he's considered the greatest sports handicapper. The greatest, actually, that's not even the word. He is the greatest sports bettor of all time. And he had this relationship with Phil Mickelson. He's outed him in the book. He said he couldn't tell his complete story without including Phil Mickelson. But, you know, I was thinking about this a little bit earlier today. If you didn't know, I was caught at the Main Street Bridge for about 40 minutes, so I just started thinking. And advice, you know, everyone's got it. Your dad's got it. Your granddad's got it. Your financial advisor has got it. Your bartender has got it. Certainly your barber has got it. Every time T-Wig cuts my hair, man, I walk out of there with words of wisdom, okay? Doesn't matter who you are, what you do. Advice is always being thrown at you, right? Well, money is certainly the greatest advice that you can get outside of family and outside of love and all that corniness, all right? Let's get to what really matters. That's money. And whether it's going with someone who's going to play the stock market for you or trusting your financial advisor forever, you've been low-risk funds. You're not going to lose any money, but you're not going to make all that much percentage-wise because it's low risk. Let's roll the dice here a little bit. Let's gamble. You know, let's pick it up. There's an opportunity to really make some money. It may backfire on you. Look at today's market. Boy, the market's been terrible like the last 10 days. It was up in the early part of the month. Got crushed. Another 0 for 4 today. It was a Kyle Schwarber day without the solo. You see, he hit a home run last night.
He was 0 for 3, yeah, and then hit a line drive home run into like the second deck, like 444 feet.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about,
animal.
Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies is going to end up hitting 40 home runs, driving 100 runs, score 100 runs, strike out way more than 200 times, and have a batting average of about 180. And I don't think it's ever happened before in Major League Baseball. But so you do all that, right? And you know, if your financial advisor makes you money, you're happy about it. If someone's doing stocks for you and it makes you money, you're happy about it. Sports gaming is a totally different animal. It's a totally different world, in my opinion, where your input should be part of the equation, okay? If I'm going to put money in stocks, I don't have any input. I'm paying you to make me money because I don't know how to do it. Same with financial advisors. I don't know how to do it. Here's the money, make it grow. But when it comes to gambling, you have an opinion. It may be a wrong opinion, but you have one. So I was thinking about this today. Let's just say I gave you, I was really generous here. I dropped $25K on your tab and said, get after it. Enjoy the college season. Enjoy the NFL season. Here's $25,000. Go out and play whatever it is that you want to do. Again, you can do the same thing. Low risk, high risk, whatever it may be. If you knew that you could make money by following every single pick that Billy Walters made, would you do it for the sole reason of making money, which I would assume most of you out there would say yes, 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 yes? Or is there another side to this equation where, well, come on now. This is part of the fun of gambling is I want to make the picks that I want to make. I want to select the games that I want to select and pick the teams that I want to pick. So I think I know the answer, and that would be chase the money. I'll hand it over. I'll hand it over to Bill Walters, and whatever pick he's going to make, there you go. I'm going to put another band on it, okay? And watch my money grow. Very similar to what can happen in stocks and what can happen with your financial advisor or whatever else it may be that you're involved in. I mean, look at all the people, myself included, who got crushed with the cryptocurrency, right? Oh, yeah, you're going to make, hand over fist, whatever. I took a big L in that category. I learned from it, okay? But which way are you going? How about you? Which way are you going to do it here? You going to give it all to Billy Walters?
Oh, absolutely. Even though, like, if you can guarantee me that I'll win money, because Billy Walters certainly has losing years. You know, that's the thing. Some of these gamblers.
But I can't guarantee you that you're going to make money.
Well, then I wouldn't do it.
Okay. Trust your own knowledge. Trust your own picks.
I don't trust my own knowledge, but I don't necessarily. I know Billy Walters has made money in the past gambling, obviously. But I don't know if that's still a big part of his life. Is he still handicapping games?
Don't know. I was using him.
As an
example.
I'm taking it way too seriously.
But think of the lying that goes on in this business. Okay, everything that we see. Oh, it's my play of the year. Oh, it's my lock
every week.
It's my lock of the year, and then they'll say it's documented. I was 12-3 last week. Okay, well. If you're going 12-3, do you have any idea how much money you're making? I mean, if you can make in the high 50 percentile, that's considered good. If you can hit 6 out of every 10 picks,
you're like the best in the business.
You are. This is so hard to do, and I see all that stuff. Oh yeah, this is my lead pipe lock. I mean, fully guaranteed. It's going to come on in and. Last week I played 6 overs and I was 5-1 with overs. And you just hear these numbers and it almost becomes unbelievable. And I think to a lot of, in a lot of circles it is unbelievable. I think it's a degenerate gambler is a liar. And I think that there's so much of that goes on. I wonder who you can trust and who the people are out there who actually do this. JJ, I have to believe underground, and it's probably really famous people or whatever it may be, that they are so well connected in this business that, let's say they play $10,000 a game and you send over, you play 10 games, you send over $100,000 for a weekend, that they are told you're going to win at least 6 of those games.
Yeah, you see a lot of first of all, I trust Philly Godfather always.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of his types who are the guy on Twitter who claim that they have all these picks for you. You pay them money and they send them over the phone or whatever. That's been going on before, the internet even was real. I remember that as a kid. That was a
heck
thing.
yeah.
And it's really hard to tell who's BSing in that world, because you won't really know unless you give them the money and you find out and you get the picks.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a seedy world. And I would find it hard to trust my money with someone else's picks, like you said.
There was an
Not that I think I would win. I know I would lose. I'm just saying it would be tough.
Well, there was an admission today by John Rahm, and a very fascinating story. He was talking about gambling distractions, between the ropes on any given week.
I'm sure.
At the PGA Tour, and
depending on who you're playing with.
Right. And he says he's talking about the guys right outside the ropes. Okay, that they're in between the ropes, but they're hearing the guys.
Oh, I see.
That are saying,
hey, on this shot, I got this golfer on this hole for $50.
His quote right here is, I got $10, you're going to miss it. Okay? Or, I got $20 here, you're going to make this birdie putt. Or things along those lines. And they say that for the most part, it's very supportive, but it is an obvious distraction to these PGA Tour players.
I thought he meant like playing with Phil, and every shot Phil's like, hey, bro, I got $10,000 that you don't make.
Well, that stuff happens too.
Of course.
We saw that on the first edition ever of, what was it called, Swing? Or the Netflix golf special with Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth.
Full swing.
Yeah, we saw that in the very first issue. I mean, those guys aren't going up and playing 18 for the
love of the game.
Yeah, they've got something on it. But I was reading it, and I was like, okay, it's kind of a fuzzy story. It's kind of good. I mean, how are they going to get out of it? I mean, they're in bed with gambling, just like the NFL is, just like the NBA and the NHL and Major League Baseball is. The PGA Tour is involved with gambling. They pay way too much money. So I'm looking at this, and I'm reading the story. And last week at the BMW Championship, from 5 feet out to roll in, it was either a birdie or a par, for Max Homa, a fan allegedly yelled, pull it. As you know, you can push a putt, you can pull a putt. And he made the putt, but he was escorted off the grounds. And again, I'm like, every sport that we cover that's not golf, you can basically say whatever foul language is not appropriate, but in baseball and when you go to the free throw line, or when you're on the on-deck circle in baseball, or the things that are said in hockey or football, yet the ultimate gentleman's sport, golf, the gallery apparently cannot say anything, including miss a putt. JJ, it wasn't a you so-and-so, expletive,
It was
the
literally
putt.
just
It was just
putt.
miss the putt.
That's what I hate about
and
golf.
they threw him off the grounds.
I hate that about tennis. I hate about golf. They claim there's so much pressure, with the crowd there and everything. It's like, dude, the crowd is dead silent for you guys. It's literally the only sport that's like that. I guess because it's not considered, it's like a game. It's a gentleman's game. That it's different than other sports. But listen, I hate how the PGA crowd's always like, you know what my favorite event is? It's always the waste management. Because it's so much fun. Everybody has so much fun. It's like, well, other sports do that every game. Like you could do that at the Players. You could do that everywhere. Like I would get maybe Augusta. It wouldn't be fun. It would be weird. But at like your normal John Deere Classic, like why can't you be rowdy and fun? I don't get that about
And they've gotten a lot better than they used to be. I mean, they used to have no cell phone allowed. It used to really be.
Augusta's still like that.
Yeah. They're the one place that does that. And listen, I love going to live golf. I love it here, but you're much better off in front of a television set if you really care about the game, or if you're gambling on the game, or you're paying a lot of attention to the game.
You also can only follow one group.
That's it. The best part about this is PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan.
He spoke today.
He said it was unfortunate, and then he went on to say this, and I do quote, "Our fans have great appreciation for the integrity of the competition. They're respectful of our players, and we have seen that continue to be the case and expect that to continue to be the case. You go on and say we have tremendous fans, yada, yada, yada.
What would Jay Monahan know about integrity?
That's exactly why I laughed. In his first sentence, he used the term integrity. Couldn't Jay Monahan have made his statement without leaving that key word off? You cannot associate anything with Jay Monahan that uses the word integrity. He lied to everyone that he's associated with at the PGA Tour. Now, JJ and I happen to be two who see that this is going to end up being better for the PGA Tour. As early as next year, it's certainly going to be better for the PGA Tour by 2025 and 2026. But you did this in a very unethical, behind-the-back way, and you did it without the knowledge of the tour. And this is a PGA Tour event. This isn't an association. This isn't a league. The PGA Tour is a tour based on the players. It's the PGA Tour. And he did what he did to all of these. So just, I know you got people, Jay, who write your stuff for you, right? You got people that are going to tell you, this is what you should say, or this is what you should read. It's not like you stood up in front of reporters. You released it. So someone wrote it for you, and you signed it. Get rid of the damn word integrity. There's nothing about Jay Monahan and integrity that should be in the same sentence. All right, when we do return, we got more on this. Give me your thoughts on that, though. Completely egoless is me if you can make money for me, financially speaking. Lou Bodie's been my financial advisor for a very long period of time. All right, we talk here and there. He tells me I'm going to try to do this, going to try to do that. I always give him the green light. I trust him to do what's best. People do that as well. They do it with stocks. They do it with a lot of different things. I have no knowledge, no ego. There's a little bit of an ego for me, though, when it comes to these games. What about you? Would you give it all away if you were a proven winner? I know how mad you get on Sunday night and how bad things are on Monday. I've seen it because for you people out there who gamble, God bless you. Most of you are going to end up being losers, and you know it. It is hard. It is brutal to consistently win in sports gaming. So give us your thoughts on that. 641-1010 on the text line. That is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Now, 1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
Hey, guy. What?
Mornings.
You need me more than ever. Get out of here.
On 1010XL.
I fired you. Come on. This is me.
Folks, it's finally here. The return of the Blue Crab Crab House. After a massive fire, they return and they're open Tuesday through Saturday, 4:30 to 10, Sunday noon to 9. As always, each and every Tuesday, $2 margaritas, $1 oysters on Wednesday. And as expected, the best crabs that you'll find throughout Jacksonville. Same ownership, same management. The Blue Crab Crab House off of San Jose on Jewington Creek Road.
We've been telling you for almost a year about Nathan's Family Chiropractic and the 100-Year Lifestyle Network. If chronic back or joint pain is keeping you down, don't listen to me. Listen to what Jacksonville is saying about Dr. Alan Nathans.
The stem cell treatment took the pain away.
Changed my life. It's awesome.
Your body just works better when it's aligned. We're believers.
His no-needle regenerative protocols are giving people their lives back. Get yours back, too. Go to the pro in the know. Don't do another cortisone injection. He's one of us, helping all of us for the past 25 years. For more info, drnathans.com.
Are you drowning in credit card debt? Want to get cash out of your home's equity? Loan Pronto can now do it in less than a week. Hey, it's Prosser here, and that's right. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit just got even faster. You can get $50,000, $100,000, or even $200,000 in as little as 5 days. And you don't even have to touch your primary mortgage, so you can keep that 3% rate intact. Just get the money you need and pay off all those credit cards, or get that home improvement project started. With this revolutionary program, you can access up to 90% of your home's value, and in most cases, there's no appraisal. Stop paying insane interest rates to the credit card companies and get tens or even hundreds of thousands in cash in as little as 5 days. Call Loan Pronto now for the even faster Equity Express line. 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
ET here for the Aesthetic Center. Do you get up a lot at night to go to the bathroom and lose a lot of much-needed sleep? And you can never fully go back to sleep, can you? Am I right? Take a time out on the Emsella chair. Get those pelvic floor muscles strong again. Just a few short sessions will get you back in the game stronger than ever. And guess what, guys? It can also help you out with that ED, if you know what I'm saying. Call 808-2455 to get started. That's 808-2455. Or book an appointment online at jacksaestheticcenter.com.
Bold City Football is back. Get the latest on your favorite players with 1010XL's training camp coverage. Brought to you by Roland Leash Plumbing and Kingfish Pest Control.
Let's get the work done.
Nobody covers camp like 1010XL.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here, and I want to know, are your drafty windows letting all that cool air right back outside? Will they protect your home from Florida's unpredictable weather? If not, then it's time for the peace of mind that comes only with Pella Windows and Doors. Pella offers durable wood, fiberglass, and vinyl products in various styles and designs to best complement your home. So visit the Pella of Jacksonville showroom on Phillips Highway next to Tesla, or find them at PellaJacks.com. That's Pella Windows and Doors at PellaJacks.com.
Time now for a medical recap. A health and wellness tip from Jaguars head team physician Dr. Kevin Kaplan.
Establishing a regular sleeping pattern is crucial for your well-being. This includes going to bed at roughly the same time every night and waking up around the same time every morning. You may even consider turning off all electronic devices an hour before bedtime. Ever wonder why you can't fall asleep after staring at your phone right before bed? Studies show that the light from your phone actually decreases melatonin production, therefore causing disruptions to your sleep throughout the night. Get some rest before the big game. Go Jags.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
You can be part of a fishing tournament with a real local impact. The Triple Challenge Fishing Tournament, Party, and Silent Auction benefits young life in the beaches community. Learn more at JacksonvilleBeachesYoungLife.org.
To learn more about the Jericho School Golf Tournament and Silent Auction at Blue Sky Golf Club October 21st, visit thejerichoschool.org.
Make a difference on the golf course. Playing one of the best tournaments and help make Jacksonville a safer place to live and raise our families. The First Coast Crime Stoppers Golf Tournament is October 23rd at Amelia River Club. Call 398-5883.
The Knights of Columbus 5535 Annual Golf Tournament is November 6th at Glen Kernan Country Club. To find out how to play or sponsor, call 249-5535.
To walk in the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Light the Night Walk on November 16th at UNF. Register at lightthenight.org.
If you're involved in a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, find out how at 1010XL.com.
Mark your calendar. Small Cakes is hosting a free meet and greet with the Little Mermaid on Saturday, August 26th from 1 to 3 p.m. at its Beach and Hodges location. Get Ariel's autograph and take photos with her. Plus, there's a mermaid activity sheet. We hope you and your little ones will join us for this rare opportunity to meet the Little Mermaid in person at Small Cakes Beach and Hodges location. It's in the Pablo Creek Plaza next to Little Caesars. Visit smallcakesjacks.com to plan your visit.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The gambling world's they've been shaking right here in Duval. You can add your 2 cents, 641-1010, text line. Brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. This song is about one of the most famous groupies of all time, Sweet Sweet Connie. Not Pamela DeBar's, but close. Mm-hmm. Connie had the whole band. The roadies, stage hands. Those involved in ticket distribution. Those who brought the weed. Those who brought the alcohol.
Anyone in and around the arena.
Yeah, she was a totally different type of a groupie. A lot of these groupies, they only wanted the true rock and roll star. She went the different way. She, from the guy who drove the bus all the way to the guy at the gate. Eventually, she would get to the band. Incredible stuff.
Absolute legend.
Grand Funk Railroad, right?
Of course.
Sometimes I get them confused. At times with the Guess Who. Every once in a while.
Is Grand Funk Railroad British? Or the Guess Who is Canadian?
A Canadian band. Yep. But they had an overlap there.
So a Canadian band sings We're an American Band.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes. And American Band is about the Statue of Liberty. I know that for a fact as well. So anyway, we got all these gamblers in there. I'm 2-0 against the spread. Jags are 2-0 against the spread so far this year in the preseason. There's a guy here who tells us there's someone on TikTok who videos each and every game. He's making all sorts of cash. And, yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see it. I would. I've never, I bring in all these guests, and I know you appreciate the guests, and I'm gonna do it again this year with the Philly Rooster and the Philly Godfather and Rafael Esparza, among others. I love to bring it on because there's huge interest in it. We don't grade. We don't keep results with our plays. And I'll also be fair that when I bring them on, I try to pick games that are interesting to this audience.
Yeah, they're not actually giving you their bets, which are like Middle Tennessee State versus New Mexico.
Philly
the
Rooster.
First half under or something.
Philly Rooster, his favorite is college basketball. And I'm like, bro, that is the hardest sport to handicap.
Because none of our listeners care about
that. You have 3 times the amount of teams, right? And, when you get to it in college football, you basically know who the teams are, right? The NFL, you know about all 32 teams. Baseball, to me, was always, man, with 162 games, you got to be crazy. If I'm betting baseball, I'm betting underdogs because you got to win. I mean, you would have to win like you'd have to win 3 or 4 times with a favorite to make the same amount of money that you can make once with an underdog.
Yeah, you can get 2-1 odds every night
mm-hmm.
on some, Royals type teams.
So it's a grind. And I know some people just pick a team and go with it and they don't invest anything into it. But there are those who treat this as their livelihood. I mean, these are people, and not many survive. Some have. And, I would think that there are times where you just want to pull back and you're like, enough is enough is enough. I just need a rest. I mean, everyone starts fresh with a new year. I mean, I can feel it right now. I can feel the vibe right here in the studio. There's a lot of people out there listening saying, this is it. This is my year. I'm going to nail it. I already know who I'm picking. That Florida State LSU game, I know who I'm picking. As a matter of fact, you got, 7 or 8 games on tap this weekend in college football. You got the Gators in Utah in 9 nights? Are
Thursday
you kidding
night.
me? I mean, it's here. Those 2 weeks of wait for the NFL regular season to start, I know is going to be brutal for a lot of NFL fans. But we've seen how this has all changed, where it used to be you wait for the lines to come out, and then everything is on that week's game. Well, there's so many different things that you can do now. And I'm not saying it's right. It may be more difficult to do because there's that much more that you have to consider. But these season-long props, and I think what turns a lot of people off with that is that you want the immediate satisfaction, right? You want to play a game and then 3 hours later, I was a winner. You don't want to play a Jaguars over-under 4.5 divisional wins where you literally have to wait an entire season to see if you collect on that or if you lose on that. And I get it. I mean, that's one thing, being patient to that part of it is probably a major deterrent for a lot of people. I don't know. Here's a guy saying baseball. You bet the pitcher. You're right. You have 3-1. Yeah, I used to bet baseball.
Yeah,
a lot.
but nowadays the pitcher's in there for 3 innings. Like betting on a starter nowadays is really a fool's errand. in most of these games. I mean, I get it if like Scherzer's on the mound or something, but the majority of these guys, you're not going more than 5 innings.
My favorite thing to do in the NBA used to be pick a player to go over. And that's fun.
In points?
Yeah. Pick a player. Kobe, the late Kobe Bryant, maybe he was 23 that night, 24 that night. Pick it to go over. Love it. Whether it's rebounds, whether it's assists, whether it's points. Again, I haven't done this in over a decade, but I used to enjoy doing things like that. It's totally different. I had a lot. I loved playing the total in the NHL. You'd see some totals at 5.5, and you're like, can you get 6 goals tonight? It could be a 3-1 game, and you're thinking, I have the over, not going to get it. You're at 4, and then all of a sudden, they get one when they pull the goalie to make it 3-2.
That's what.
But they pull the goalie again. You get the open net goal and you win. You know what I mean?
That's what's crazy about hockey. You have to take that into consideration. At the end of the game, they're going to score an empty netter. That has to be in the back of your mind always.
I feel
obviously that's cooked into the numbers.
Right,
though.
right. But I feel like football, you're going to get what you're going to get. The reason why I hate and almost never did it in college basketball or the NBA. Take college basketball, man. You can go up and forth. You can play a game for 38 minutes and 20 seconds, and you know what you're getting. And then all of a sudden, if you're down by 7 or whatever it is, and the line is 5, the last minute and 40 seconds is going to be nonstop following the team, follow the team that has the lead, put them on the free throw line. They may be in the 1-and-1, or they may be in the bonus, and the other team's hucking threes. So now your entire wager comes down to, depending on what side of it you're on, does he make that last desperation 3-point when you're up by 9, and that'll put it at 6 and the line's at 7? Or does the guy miss a free throw? The game's out of hand. The game's over. But that free throw for you is the difference between covering the number, a push, or losing the game. That drives me
or how
crazy
about
at the end of
football
games.
game where you got a team that's easily winning the game. They're going to win the game. There's 5 seconds left. The other team's on the goal line. And there's no reason for anyone to care about this, but a score either way screws you or wins you the bet. Every weekend it happens.
Okay, so very few make money. That's proven. Most lose. Why is Vegas? Why are they so on? Why can Las Vegas say this is a 3-point game on Sunday, and sure enough, it's right around the number. I mean, it's even these crooked lines that are enormous in college basketball and with directional schools early on in the season in college football. How is it that Vegas can be so accurate where they set the line and they're able to hopefully make money coming in from both sides, yet the folks who play the game end up, for the most part, losing? I don't have an answer for you. I don't know. How do they know how to set this line to the point where they're always making the cash?
NFL, I don't think it's too hard. Like, if me and you sat down and guessed the lines every week, which I do, they're not that far off.
I agree with you there, but
college,
how do we know?
Man.
How do we know? And you're right about that. I always guess lines. But how do we guess the line but then guess the wrong side? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It's easier to guess the line than the side, absolutely.
There's
and
no question it is.
They don't care. They're like, as long as we get a sort of equal number of bets on both sides, and the whole time we're getting that money from the VIG, it doesn't matter. It's just a genius.
It really is.
Empire.
I wonder how much, I wonder how much now computers play into that. I wonder how much AI plays into setting lines. And, It used to be you'd have a really smart guy who knows more than everyone else, and he's going to set the line. Now it's like, well, the computer's going to spit out this information. The computer's going to spit out that information. They go miles and miles and miles into trends and I mean, things that you would never even believe could figure into which side you're going to pick.
And everybody has their own power rankings and like, well, I have this. I would have them favored here, so da-da-da-da. This is all built into my system. And that if you're a professional bettor nowadays, you have some sort of computer system set up where all your teams, you have a score for all your teams. And, yeah, it's all computer stuff.
I wonder what AI does with this.
That'll be interesting to see.
I wonder if AI, again, I don't know enough about artificial intelligence. I know it's exploding and it's going to take jobs and all of this and all of that. But I know so much of that is based on what already has happened. I wonder if it's not already there, I imagine it's next, where they're going to be able to give you almost like advice, like, well, here's what's going to happen. Can you imagine
like
if all
simulated?
Right,
this
right.
is the simulated result. Do
Exactly.
you want to bet that's going to happen?
Jaguars are going to win 28-14 at Indianapolis in 19 days, and here's why.
Mm-hmm.
And is AI going to spit that out? Okay, well, if they spit that out right now, how many people are going to look at it and be like, who's this? What's that? They're telling us 28-14. You put a name on that, then all of a sudden you're like, okay, you agree or you disagree. But if you have this giving it to you, how's that going to make people react? And they may already do it. I don't know. I don't know if you spent any time doing all that, looking at it. And what's the new one that everyone's on that has information through only 2021? The Google, advanced Google, is it something is it?
Chat GPS,
yeah.
GBT or whatever
Yes.
the hell it is.
I've done some stuff on that, and it's kind of cool. It is. I was like joking the other day. I was getting ready to interview, I think it was Rayshon Jenkins, and I was like, hey, what should I ask Rayshon Jenkins? And it pulled out like 12 answers or 12 questions.
How many were usable?
Right, that was it. It was like maybe one in there. So it's not perfect. Okay?
Do a 2-hour radio show for me tonight.
Yeah.
I would love that.
All right, start with Swamp People. Then talk about that jumper off the Main Street Bridge.
And blow by your break.
Yes, let's take a quick one. We got much more to do.
Fires left side. That ball's going to be caught. Parker Washington to the pylon. Touchdown.
I think we're in a better position. We do have more depth, and that's a good thing. It creates the competition that you want, and it motivates the starter, too. So there's an underlying message sometimes.
Next up, Miami, Saturday at 7. Pre-game coverage starts at 4 on the home of the Jaguars, 1010XL.
Hurricane season is here, and if you own or run a business, you must protect your valuable property from parking lot floods. Call Duck Duck Rooter, your storm drain maintenance experts. Our VACCON team specializes in regular storm drain maintenance to keep your property safe and secure. With Duck Duck Rooter, you can trust our professionals to keep your storm drains clear, preventing floods and ensuring the well-being of your customers and employees. Call us today at 904-862-6769 to schedule your storm drain maintenance. Visit DuckDuckRooter.com for more information.
If you've been thinking about selling your home for whatever reason, now is the time. The U.S. Home Price Index is on the rise. Interest rates are stabilizing. The market is turning more seller-friendly. And you have Chad and Sandy Newman. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Maybe you want maximum equity from your home, but you're not sure how. Well, guess what? Chad and Sandy are sure how. Don't wait any longer. Take advantage of the incredible service and guarantee of selling your home at your price that Chad and Sandy are offering. Jim and Alice in Fort Caroline, we wanted to downsize, sell our Fort Caroline home, and move to the country. I heard about Chad and Sandy on the radio and called. We had a lot of stuff that couldn't fit in a smaller place, so we needed extra help. Chad had the perfect plan to handle every detail. Our home sold for full price in 5 days. Call the agents. We recommend Chad and Sandy, guaranteeing your home or they will buy it. That's ChadandSandy.com. ChadandSandy.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-IHRS 777-4477.
The All-Pro Roofing phone line protects you from boring radio.
Hello? What are you doing here?
I don't know. Listen for great phone interviews all day on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
The calls have been pouring in.
On 1010XL.
Players Grill Mandarin is welcoming the Roadrunners, North Florida's hottest variety band with lead vocalist Glenn Dewberry and lead guitarist Mike Torelli. Friday, August 25th, 8 p.m. at Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
House is taking a beating this summer with all the in and out. Time to call Zero Res. Right now, Zero Res offering the hottest price of the year on tile and grout cleaning. Get your tile and grout cleaned and sealed for 25% off. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to ShinatriDC.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, today's takeaways, brought to you by Key Buick GMC, where our family dealership has been helping families buy vehicles for over 50 years.
All right, thank you to the good folks over at Key Buick GMC. Love my GMC Sierra truck. Today's takeaways, first off, Justin Verlander going for his 253rd career victory. 6 innings, 5 hits, no runs. He's thrown almost 100 pitches. He's at 96, so it'll be interesting to see if he comes out to work the 7th, but they're up 3-0 right now over the Boston Red Sox, who just swept the New York Yankees, who have now lost 9 in a row, most since 1982. Oh, yes, thank you. Shoot him! Shoot him! He's a big one. We had a little fun with Swamp People today. The best thing today was some encouragement with the offensive line for the Jaguars. The return of Ben Barch. All right, he was taken off the PUP list a week ago. Yesterday was basically a walkthrough. Today, some contact was involved. It was good to see him out there, both in individual drills and working at left guard. That was good. Also, on the right side, Anton Harrison, who I am just trying to figure out, much like you are. We know he's got a problem with the shoulder. Promising comments yesterday by Doug Peterson when he did say he could have played against Detroit, and he expects him to play Saturday night against Miami. I think there's a lot of people out there that are like, no, just get him ready. No more contact. Don't do anything for the next 20 days. Have him for the opener against Indianapolis and take your chances there. I know it's very difficult sledding because I happen to be one of those who believes every single rep that he gets is important for a rookie right tackle who played left tackle last year and the last couple of years. He did so at Oklahoma. So overall, I thought it was a good day to have those two back and to know that, when they do take on the Colts, you're going to be able to go Little, Barch, Fortner, Sheriff, and Harrison, and, the blood thinners continue for at least this week. For Ty Shatley, he could be back next week come game time when they open up against Indianapolis. It could possibly be Shatley in as the left guard. So the defensive line is a totally different story right now. Josh Allen missed another day, personal reasons. Obviously, Devon Hamilton and Big Foley Fatukasi. Those are issues. I'm told that Josh Allen will return tomorrow. We'll be out there tomorrow. It's going to be a really long practice tomorrow. It goes from like 1:20 to 3:45 or so. So today was long. Tomorrow's going to be even longer. We'll have much more to get into during Wednesday's show.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Tire Outlet, keeping 1010XL on track with wholesale prices and premium service. Tire Outlet, Jacksonville's largest locally owned automotive repair shop.
Packers coming up. I didn't even think to ask. Are they going back inside tomorrow? Do you know?
I don't. I was pleasantly surprised they were inside today.
It's nice in there, isn't it?
It was very nice. Yes, after 2 weeks in the blazing heat. That nice air-conditioned indoor practice facility is a nice change-up.
Tomorrow's a long day, long practice.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, which will be nice to get out there again. I don't know if they're indoors or outdoors. We won't know until we get there.
And I'm scheduled to talk to Luke Fortner. I bet he's going to be fired up to talk to me after tomorrow's practice.
No doubt about it. All right, I caught up with Jamal Agnew today. You said you have Luke Fortner tomorrow. Did you catch up with anyone today?
I did. Adam Gotsis.
All right, yes.
Yeah, so
that's why you were talking about his handshake. I remember now.
Oh, yeah, giant handshake. He's got a big paw on him. And Adam Gotsis is an interesting guy, one of the longest tenured Jaguars. He's one of the 15 guys that is still here that was here in 2020. So he played with Doug Marrone, Urban Meyer, Doug Peterson. He actually gives a really interesting thought about the change from where they have been at the head coaching position to where they are now with Doug Peterson. I also thought it was interesting, Rick, talking to people in Miami getting ready for the game on Saturday. The Dolphins are not going to play any of their starters. At least that is the word in South Florida right now. The Jaguars apparently are. Again, do you gain a lot by beating up on another team's backups? I don't know. It's an interesting thing on Saturday. Like Aaron Rodgers apparently is going to play. Yet a lot for the Jets, but a lot of teams are choosing not to play their starters, and apparently Miami is also one of those teams.
I mean, that means the opener in Dallas, you didn't get those great defensive players, Parsons and Lawrence and company, the first teamers to go, and then you're going to avoid them again. So, yeah, you want work, and I hate it. I would rather have the starters in there. I think it's better because I tell you what the worst thing is that can happen. I'll give you a good example. Look at Cam Robinson's performance this past Saturday. He really struggled, and he's going up against guys that, it's not like I'm totally enthralled with the Detroit Lions depth chart, but I'm under the impression some of the guys he went up against aren't even going to make the team.
Yeah, it was a bad day for Cam Robinson, and you hated to see that. And I guess after Saturday, I don't know exactly how it works, but he's got to go away, right?
Yep.
For 4 weeks. Whenever the quote regular season begins, which I imagine the calendar begins probably after the cut down day. So Cam Robinson will be away from the team until at least week 5. And like you said, the offensive line banged up. Although, like we talked about last night, guys are at least out there. I think every guy was out there today with the exception of Cooper Hodges. So they might not be cleared to practice yet, but it looks like all the linemen were there taking mental reps at the very least.
Yeah, 2 personal days, Logan Cook and Josh Allen as well. But outside of that, they were all there. All right, so you got Gotsis coming up. Who else?
Yeah, Adam Gotsis, and we'll kick off the high school spotlight again. We start year 17 of the Friday Night Lights postgame show this Friday. So we will talk with Matt Toblin, the head coach of Bowles, Donovan Maslin, the head coach of Rains, and Jamie Rogers, the head coach of Bradford County, all tonight on Hacker After Dark.
Sounds good. That's coming up right now. See you practice tomorrow. Packer. Tomorrow night, 6 to 8. Thursday night, 6 to 8. We'll be out at Fired Up Pizza. Miller Lite Party. Got some tickets for the game between the Jaguars and the Dolphins. Some Miller Lite swag as well. Remember, beginning this Friday for the next couple of months, JJ and myself will be on the AM only from 3 until 6 on Friday. Okay, that's the AM radio station and the AM 1010 app. Thank you to Jamal Agnew. For JJ, I'm Rick Ballou. You have a great night. We'll talk tomorrow, 6 to 8.
Now, another classic moment in Jags history.
Gerard,